Ya Urubu Wado, Sapele Wado, Amukbe Wado will never be tired to wage war against ignorance. If you look at very many things, it is ignorance, false information, and propaganda that creates problem. I didn't know, there's one law. Is it not God's law? It says a professional feel that other people knows what he knows. And so sometimes when a doctor will be explaining to you about your health, he will be thinking that you knows what he knows. And all the while I felt very many people already know what I have in the archives. And it is now I'm beginning to understand that some Shekiris actually believe the lies and the misinformation that they tell them. Some Shekiris actually believe that they own and founded Sapele. You saw some of them that day singing, Okpe, our tenant, Okpe, our slave. Whereas they are the tenants, and that, I'm sorry, you are not a slave, but your ancestors were slaves. Let's put it like that. We have passed that level. We are not supposed to say so. So, we will not give up. I have said before that what I'm doing now is actually the government. It is their social responsibility to tell everybody the truth. The truth is this, like I told you. The Shekiris of Sapele, the Shekiris of Ugara, don't have a home to go back to. The Shekiris of Ajagbodudu, the Shekiris of Ubrifo, they don't have a home to go back to. Where they are now is the only place they know as home because of what happened in 1894. Just imagine, you buy somebody as a slave. It could be Yoruba man, it could be Benin man, it could be Hausa man, Idoma man, Ijo person. They were all there with Nana walking. The slaves were all dead. The slave had children, they were all dead. It is the grandchildren and great-grandchildren of these slaves. In fact, they would have all been buried in Ebrohimi until the bombardment now came. And so they needed a new place to start a beginning. But if they were smart, they would have been assimilated into their host tribe. And that was what I said, that your ancestors cannot be buried in Sapele and you are claiming to be an Shekiri man. That's foolishness. You would have been assimilated into the Okpe tribes. Oh, you don't think that there were other slaves in Okpe kingdom there? There were slaves in Oha, slaves in Araba, slaves in Ugolo. We know some of them, but we have forgotten them because they have assimilated, we have intermarried. But you are there, buried in Sapele, and you are claiming to be Shekiri. Whereas the Shekiris know you people as slaves. This is the record of proceedings of the Sapele case. As they were testifying, we know this person, he was a slave. We know this one, he is not a slave. So, we'll be coming with a series of the Sapele story so that you understand. I have done Amukpe. I'll finish Amukpe tomorrow between the sagas. And I've said that your ancestors were slaves does not define your future at all. Some of the greatest people in Sapele today were descendants of slaves, but they are very great today. Very, very great, mighty people. It does not define you. Where I have problem with you is this. Now trying to tell your host that your hosts, they are your tenants and your slaves. And that is why we will tell you the truth and tell you where you belong. From Sapele, I will move to Obotie, tell you what happened in Obotie and how they were declared customary tenants and they were even given 6 months eviction notice. From here, we'll go to Ajimele, because you probably saying that it was only the 510 acres of land that was litigated, that Ajimele was never litigated. We'll tell you that. Then we'll go to Arunwo, and then even Oton, that Abigoro is trying to claim, we'll go there. If we not finish Otom, before we not enter Sapele proper, because Sapele is an eye opening. So, be with us, get educated. Like I tell you, if you feel that I'm lying, these are public documents. They are here. I will snap every page for you to go and verify. I'm not afraid. They are public documents. I will tell you where I got them, and then you get them. It will tell you about your past. Don't be fomenting trouble. So, I will round up this piece by a word of advice. You know, the Itsekiri people went to set up an olaraja in Sapele. This is the beginning of this series. Why we frown against it, we also said, well, the matter is being taken care of, only for us to see that later from Ama Etuwewe. This is what has provoked us, because the Ama Etuwewe later, being a senior advocate, is telling you the mindset of the Itsekiris, and we have not linking it with this olaraja. It's like you people are trying to create a kingdom in Sapele. You know, olaraja, you know the meaning, is the owner of a village. The owner of the village or the owner of the town. That is why you say you cannot you can have a head man. You can use the word head man or the head of a Itsekiri community, but you cannot use that traditional word olaraja, because the owner of Sapele is the Oroje. Even the Duke of Sapele cannot answer the word the owner of Sapele. He answered the Ukaro Oroje. That is the eye of the king. That is the meaning. The Ukaro Oroje, the eye of the king. That is the Duke, the district head. Therefore, you to be answering the olaraja, which means the owner of Sapele, it cannot work. I told you, I said Shivikomi, who came to Sapele in 1911 and took leases from the Ayomanor and Omare, was called the head of the Itsekiris in Sapele, not olaraja, the head. And even if you want to install your head, you are supposed to take permission from the Okpe representative there. You are trying to like see yourself as equal. You don't have roots in Sapele. I told you, I said, Ayomanor's father Evida is buried in Sapele. Ayomanor is buried there. His son Ohi is buried there. The son of Ohi is the current duke. Now, look at the four owners, the four headmen of Sapele. Ayomanor is the son of Evida. Evida is the son of Orolo. Orolo is the son of Owere. Owere is the son of Ororo. Ororo is the son of Okpe. So, Ayomanor is a direct descendant of Okpe. Now, look at Ogodo. Ogodo is the son of Anakaja. Anakaja is the daughter of Erukamre. Erukamre is the daughter of Orolo. Orolo is the daughter of Owere. You see now? So, Ogodo, through the maternal line with Ayomanor, have the same great grandfather, Owere. Owere, the son of Ororo. Ororo is the son of Okpe. Then let's go to Abeke. Abeke is the son of Umerikube, daughter. Umerikube is the daughter of Orolo. Orolo is the daughter of Owere. You see the link? All the people there, all the Okpes in Sapele there, had a common ancestor called Owere. Now, in the Sapele case, who is the first person? Ginua. His ancestry is different from that of Okubene. Okubene is said is a Yoruba man from Akure. The third one is Gbenebitse. Gbenebitse is the father of this olaraja, whom you people here now install as olaraja of Sapele. Now, let's listen to what he will say about himself. Gbenebitse male said in Itsekiri, he said, I live sometimes at Batare and sometimes in Elume. He says he came from Batare. First of all, he said he lives sometimes in Batare and sometimes in Elume. He said, but presently I now live at Elume. They brought him from Elume to come and testify because he used to live in Sapele before. And at Elume, he said, about 11 miles from Sapele. I know Sapele Township I first set foot there a long time ago before government came. The first time I went there was no trading firm. In fact, let me even go to, I don't, because his testimony is very long. I know a Segbara son named Anubeke. I do not know whether he gave evidence or not in this case. I know him quite well. He's now living at Aborebi. Ikru, I knew Ofotoku. I did not know where he was living by the hospital side. Do not know if Ofotoku gave a Segbara his side to live on. I do not know where Arube was born. I know nothing about where he was born. Now, we go where he was cross-examined. Good. Look at the place. The father of this your olaraja, my father's name was Agholo or Agholo, Agholo. Go and ask him whether I'm correct or not, your present olaraja. He said, my grandfather was an Ughelli man. Your olaraja, his father. He said his grandfather was an Ughelli man. He bore my father for the ITSEKIRIS. I think you understand that. These are things you would have avoided if you have stayed and maintained your position. These are records. And every year, also year, the holy robo. In robo, you may be a kufia. Sorry, I'm sorry. But that is how it means in our robo language. You understand? A man, I cannot give birth now and say my children will not be saying my father, I am an Agbaroto man, I married an Okpe woman, my son will not be standing at my father gave birth to us for the Okpe people. It's not done. You understand? He said he did not return from Ughelli to Ilume. He said he went to, that means they gave birth to him in Ilume and his father never returned again. I traded at Kokori. No one can drive me from Kokori. No one drove me from Kokori. I left Kokori a long time ago. Cannot remember how long ago. When I went to Ilume, I was born at Ilume. Then went to Kokori to trade. Stayed there a long time and visited Ilume. Was not at Kokori up to 30 years. Was there up to about 5 years. Then returned to Ilume. I have lived there ever since. Trade at Ilume. Came by canoe to Sapele to trade. The Ilume they are talking about is Ilume waterside though, not the real Ilume. Because they settled there by the river bank. So how can somebody who his grandfather was an Ughelli man, then he now married an ITSEKIRI woman who was camping in Ilume, gave birth, born in Ilume, now be coming to testify in ownership of Sapele land? Is there any sense in that? Is there any sense in that? Your first witness, William Moore, was saying Sapele was founded by Princess Oyefo. When we get there, we're going to take all these things one by one. I just want to tell you people that you people should carry your olaraja to Ughelli. We will accept him. I'm not going to accept him. Now I saw that the DNA is an Ughelli back. You don't accept that for Ughelli. Because people don't agree. People don't agree. So, you are floating. Please, let's try to maintain the peace. Some of the stories about our past are not very. If I start this case now, we'll begin to mention this person used to be a slave of this person. I will begin to mention people's father's name and people's grandfather's name. You understand? Some of you were shocked and not too happy when I said Ikomi took leaves in 1911 from Ayomanor. People have been trying to. But I hold Ikomi at a very high esteem. Just like I said, I will not release the list of Yolu. I don't want to release the list of Ikomi to the public. Added to the fact that Ikomi had always behaved well from records. He accepted, just like the Sage accepted his tenancy status. Ikomi had always maintained his tenancy status before the Ayomanor. So because of that, I will respect the memory of the Ikomi people. But when people begin to say, except the day you provoke me, then I will do it. So please, let's continue to maintain the peace. Henceforth, I will tell the story for the sake of history. But you people should stop. Just stop this nonsense of land grabbing. There is no town, there is no area there that are not be litigated. The Oton you say you own Abiborodo has been litigated between even Oton themselves and Sapele Okpe community. And Sapele Okpe community defeated that the matter is on appeal. I don't know whether they have resolved it. Aron one has been litigated. Obotie has been litigated with the Bukuru people. Ajimele had been litigated. All the documents are here. We'll read them to you. You will see it. So please, maintain the peace. Sapele is not worried. Worry, we gave you people some areas. We told you, there are some areas, very tiny areas there that you people have. But don't push your wahala to this side. Urubowado,